Alright, so today I wanted to make a video following up on yesterday, and in that video we went over things that are coming out soon, or in the next couple of years, in the survival horror kind of genre. And as you know, that's what we cover here, basically, exclusively, the whole genre, with a focus on Resident Evil, of course. And what I wanted to do today was go over some Resident Evil announcements that we know are coming, probably. When I say announcements, I mean these aren't things that have been outright officially confirmed, but through the huge Capcom leak prior to Village's release, as well as things that we actually do know are coming, there is a lot to look forward to in the next year or two, so we're going to go over those briefly. There is no gameplay or anything like that in the background because this stuff hasn't been released, there's no trailers or anything like that, so it's a lot of me just kind of talking. But feel free to listen along, and without any further ado, let's just jump into the first thing. Okay, so let's get the big one out of the way first. The thing that we know is coming, we just don't know when. At Tokyo Game Show, no, that's a lie. At E3, there was a small Capcom presentation, mostly with a focus on Monster Hunter, but they did touch on Village there. They said the game's done really, really well, obviously, which it has, and it deserves all the praise it gets. It even got, a nomination for the Game of the Year, which I personally believe it is. But anyway, kind of biased there. They mentioned Reverse, which was going to be coming out shortly after that, but it didn't. It's been delayed now until early next year, I believe, so that's something to look forward to. But the main thing they said was that by popular demand and the request for it, they are officially working on Resident Evil Village DLC. It is coming in some fashion. What it is, we don't know. Is it going to be a story? Is it going to be extra modes? Is it going to be other things? We don't know yet. But it's coming, and I've made multiple videos about what it could be and ideas and what it could be in terms of story DLC or just extra little modes or bonus things and stuff like that. I've made a bunch of videos about that, so by all means go check those out. I'll leave a link in the description to some of the more important ones over certain characters and stuff like that. But Village DLC is coming. It's probably going to be out beginning of next year now. I don't think we're expecting it now until next year, probably early, like I'd probably say January to April kind of time, probably, but it's coming, so that's very, very cool. The next thing we definitely know is coming is a little bit of a detour from the games, but this is a Resident Evil Netflix show. I don't really delve into TV and film much on my channel. It's always something I've wanted to do, and when I actually get an opportunity to watch the Resident Evil film, I mentioned a couple videos ago that it was in the cinema here for such a short amount of time. I believe it was like 2 weeks, and I just didn't have the time to go and see it, so I missed it completely. I have heard it's not the best thing ever, but I kind of want to watch anyway, and then maybe I'll do a video on it when I get the opportunity to watch it, which is not going to be for a while now, I don't think. But yeah, anyway, movies and TV are always something I've been interested in discussing on the channel, on whatever it might be, and this TV show might be a good start. From what I can tell, it's coming along quite nicely. It is not canon, so you can kind of look at it separately to everything else. It's not in timeline at all, and it does follow Wesker, who is played by, I forget his name. I honestly forget his name. If you've seen John Wick, the movies, he's like the secretary, receptionist in the hotel, the Continental, I believe it's called. He's a receptionist there. If you play Destiny 2, he's Commander Zavala, the voice of, and I believe he's in Horizon on PlayStation as well. So he's well known. His name's Lance something. But he's well known, and he is playing Wesker, and it follows the story of him and his kids, which is completely new. It could be good, could be terrible, but we'll have to wait and see. Netflix do have kind of a weird kind of mix of making good shit and bad shit. Like, on one hand, you've got The Witcher, which is a Netflix series, which is incredible, and then you've got like Cowboy Bebop, which apparently got cancelled. I'd imagine that means it wasn't very good, but you know, it's a mixed bag from Netflix, so you don't know. But that is supposed to be coming out next year, maybe the year after that. I'm not too sure. There was a small teaser a couple weeks ago now where they showed the Cerberus, which is the zombie dogs, that's what they're called in the games. And it looks really good. The CGI looks really good, even better than the movie, which is interesting. But yeah, that is coming. Jumping back over to games now. This is going way back to the Capcom leak before Village was released. To briefly kind of explain what happened there, a massive breach happened at Capcom that kind of revealed a lot of key story points for Village, which, if you played the game, I won't mention which ones they are, obviously, but if you played the game and finished the game, you'll know that a lot of what was said from that leak was actually very true. A lot of the stuff that they said was happening in the game did happen. So, fairly accurate leak, and included in this leak was a game that is supposed to be Switch exclusive for a certain amount of time, so it is coming to, you know, normal consoles like PlayStation, Xbox, PC, I'd imagine. Called Resident Evil Outrage. At least that's what it's called right now. It could probably change. A lot of game studios use like code names for games before they're actually like kind of announced, so it could be changed. But it's supposed to follow Rebecca Chambers, and from looking at the information we have, and you know, discussion within videos I've made on this game in the past, which again you can check out. I'll leave a link in the description to the playlist for those videos. It is a Revelations type game, and Revelations are kind of bridge games. There's two of them. The first one you play as Jill, and whoever the guy is that's with her, and Chris as well. And in the second one you play as Claire. This one is supposed to be a bridge between 8 and 9, I think. And you play as Rebecca, and Leon is apparently in it as well, so that will be his kind of return to the series as well as Rebecca. You know, they've both been kind of absent for a while, so it'd be nice to see them. And I like Revelations 1 and 2, I think they're pretty good games, and if this follows the same fashion, I'm sure they'll be good too. I do luckily own a Switch, so I'll be able to play it when it comes out, if it is a Switch exclusive game, and I'll try and figure out a way to record the gameplay off the Switch. But again, not a lot of solid information, we just know that this is a thing that could be coming. Originally, the leak said it was supposed to come out at the end of 2021. They've potentially kind of moved that because of the leak, or that part just wasn't true, because it's not out. There's like 2-3 weeks left of the year, so it's not coming out this year. So, could be next year, could be the year after that, who knows. And of course, last but certainly, definitely not least, is the Resident Evil 4 Remake. This probably isn't out next year. I'm going to say that now. I think it will be announced next year. Probably. But it probably isn't out next year. If it is, I'll be shocked. And we can all come back to this video and say, guess it was out this year. But this has been known about for a while. It's clearly coming. They've basically outright said it at this point, and everyone's kind of aware. Pretty recently, I believe the original voice actor for Wesker in 4 was doing something. I think it was a Instagram live or some kind of stream, and I think he mentioned that he was going to be voicing Wesker again in Mercenaries mode, I think, in the 4 remake. And I don't think he was supposed to say that because it hasn't been announced yet. So it's more than likely the case that either he's saying that to kind of edge people on, or he actually meant it and wasn't supposed to say anything. And I believe he kind of leaked some artwork of Wesker from RE4 Remake as well, and he looks quite different, so it's a whole thing. But Resident Evil 4 Remake is a big, deal for everyone. This is a game that is held in such a high regard by so many people, so many people and fans of the series. You know, a lot of people say it's the best one. Some people say it's the one that started the decline before 7 kind of brought it back. So it's a mixed bag. So there's a lot of pressure. I feel like this has the most pressure to be good. All the remakes we've seen so far, this is the one where the stakes are high, I think, personally. And I'm excited to see it. Like, I think everyone's excited to see it at this point. Again, not a lot of official information. We've made a billion videos talking about what they could do, what could be changed, what could be cut, what could be added. So again, I'll leave a link to a playlist for those. You can go check out what we said on videos, you know, way back. Because it's like a couple months ago now we were talking about it. But it's a big deal. It's a very big deal. And I think that's it for kind of the big deal things. You know, there's a few there that are of interest. A couple of small little mentions, of course, are Reverse, and if that's even going to come out anymore. I know a lot of people, when I made the videos about it prior to its delay, were very excited to play it. Some people hated it. Some people thought it was really fun. It's a thing with the Resident Evil multiplayer experience in the mainstream games or the separate games that it either works or it doesn't, or people like it or they don't. Like, it's a weird place to be. I personally played it a little bit in the beta, and it was fine. It definitely had its issues, of course, but it was a arena shooter. Like, what are you gonna do? It is what it is. And then on top of that, obviously, there's the inevitable Resident Evil 9 announcement, which probably isn't going to be for a while now. You know, Village isn't even finished with it yet. They're still working on stuff for that. So, we don't know when that's going to come. I would say probably a release of 2024, 2025 would be realistic. But, we'll wait and see. But that's going to be it, I think. That's, I think, everything of importance right now. If anything has been missed off of this video, then do let me know. But I think that's most of the big things. So let me know your thoughts on all those things. Obviously, we've got the TV show, the 4 remake, Village DLC, and Outrage. So a lot of interesting things to look forward to. Let me know what you're most excited for. And as always, I'll catch you all tomorrow for another video.